So we're gonna move now to the big bad from Monster Box. So we're gonna start painting Dracula. I love the miniature. It will be fun to paint. I think I'll be try to play him in Avengers after Steve won. I think him being able to bow down round 1 is gonna be really interesting, and we'll see how the miniature go. It's not that many colors. It's mostly black, so it should go quick. So we're gonna start with Abaddon Black first. We're gonna paint pretty much most of the miniature in black, or at least half of it. So we're gonna apply all the black parts around the armor, and you might want to do a few thin coats. That's gonna give you smoother transition. So start with something like this and go over all the black parts, including the cape and bats. So black part on Dracula is completed, so we're gonna move to red to do his armor. So we're gonna move right now to red, which is gonna be the armor and the sword on Dracula. So you're gonna start with boots, so you're gonna place all the red over there, the chest armor, right, then the sword. Of course we have to pick up the sword, that's his iconic part. And once you have red on everything, we'll move to the next step and I'll show you how it looks painted in a second. So you can see red applied to the miniature, a little bit too much on sword, but we'll come back to it because we want the blade silver, but all the armor, all those pieces, whatever it's called on the side of his legs, are painted, boots, gloves, and now we're gonna move to his skin. So we're gonna use a little bit different flesh tone than typical. We're gonna use a rock-hard flesh on his entire face. We're doing this because this is like a paler color compared to Cadian flesh and still gives you that skin tone. And we're gonna apply it over the face like this and the neck, and that will be our flesh tone. So the skin tone is applied. You can see it's pale skin, like really pale, vampire pale, I would even say. And now we're gonna go to do his hair. So we're gonna start doing the hair, and we're gonna apply Celestial Gray, that's the whitish color, that's gonna go over his hair. Be careful about the hair tie. We want to keep it still black. So we're gonna apply it over the entire section of hair, and I'll show you this in completed. So you can see the hair is completed, so that is majority of the miniature. Now we're gonna do a few details like earrings and the chain on the armor. Gold is gonna be very quick. We literally just have to touch up 2 earrings going to the ear. So that's one, and we do the second right there, and that's gold. So the last color on the miniature is gonna be silver, so we're gonna go and do this armor clasp right in there middle. We have to go and do the chain, so those two, and then blade of the sword needs to go back to being silver. It's gonna give you a little bit like this, just avoid and the handle also is gonna be silver. Just avoid the guard. That's gonna give you that nice red color in there. So something like this. So silver is completed. You can see how the sword looks awesome right now with the red guard and being fully silver. And the coat or cape, after all, is now attached. So now we're left just with doing the shade over the armor and over the face, and we're gonna be done. We're gonna start shading. So we're gonna take red shaded, and we're not gonna apply it over everything. Do not apply it over those pants, because this is pretty smooth color. You don't need any shade on that. The red is pretty much only gonna go over chest armor, gloves, and boots. So you're gonna apply it right there, so it's gonna go into all the roofs, and I'll show you fully shaded in a second. So as you can see, the red shade is applied. I applied it to gloves. I also applied it to fully the sword. So you can see it's gonna give like reddish tint, and I kinda like it a lot. And I applied it to the boots, gloves. Second shade that we're gonna apply is gonna be much quicker. There's a smaller area. We're gonna apply it to entire face and hair at the same time. It's gonna be one smooth section, and it's gonna be very quick to apply. It's gonna give a lot of details on him that you want to show up, especially on the hair. It's gonna go into between those individual hair strands, and we're gonna make it darker. At the same time, it's beautiful for the face, and it's gonna smooth out some areas, like shade. Also applying like water shade, it's also helps smooth out some of the straight lines to give nicer transitions between the colors. And you can see how it really went into those grooves and be around the face, and he really looks awesome right now. And that's the Rayclan Fresh shade. So we're gonna have to start cleaning up the miniature right now. So we're gonna start with red first. So we're gonna go over the armor, and we're gonna paint all this raised part on the armor itself. That's gonna give you this nice contrasty look, and it's gonna clean up the shade that was applied. So you can see on the chest something like this, and we have to cover that through entire miniature. So as you can see, red is completed. Now we're gonna move to face and hair. We're gonna take our miniature, we're gonna take white color, and we're gonna go and we're gonna highlight all individual strands of hair. We're gonna bring it back up to this whitish color. So something like those two hair strands right in the middle that you can see, like I did over this one and this one. And once you have everything, that will be the miniature. So you can see Celestial Grey, her highlights look awesome. It really shows every one of those hair strands. If you also look closely, you'll notice the bats on his cape are gone. I clipped them, they were starting to annoy me, so the bats are gone. I cleaned up the cape to make it look nice, but I'll maybe in the later at the flying stance with the more 3D printed bats to, you know, improve it or come back with it, but for now they were really annoying me, so they're gone. Now we're gonna move to highlighting the face, and that will be, I believe, almost the end of the miniature. So now we're gonna start doing the face. So we need to retouch all these raised parts on the neck, on the face. Then he's gonna look much paler than he is, and it's gonna give him that, you know, undead look to his face. So you're gonna start touching up like those raised parts like there. You can see I did his neck and I did his cheekbone, and I'll show you complete in a second. So you can see touched up face. It looks awesome. We're gonna do the cape now, and we're gonna call the miniature done. Now we're gonna start doing the highlights on the cape. So we're gonna take Ashen Grey, and we're gonna go and we're gonna highlight all these raised parts on the cape, like right there. So you're gonna paint all those raised grooves, and that's gonna make the cape look much nicer. So this is the line that I just completed, and you're gonna complete that over all the raised parts. You can see the highlights on the cape. It shows the line, it makes it stand out a little bit more from the further. I also did this on the legs, and now Dracula is completed. So we'll finish the base like always. I'm gonna just apply mechanical standard gray over it, and we will shade it, and I'll show you the complete miniature. As you can see, Dracula is completed. He looks awesome. I love this miniature, because I love every miniature at this point. I'm a collector, and that's most that I do. And I'll see you in the next video. We have last monster to paint.